John and David Hart and Fastrax team have given us a weekend to remember so that we might give tribute to those military men and women who signed a blank check up to and including their very own lives. And what you've seen up here are those that have come back in very many stages of serving, with Purple Hearts, with lost limbs. But how do we remember after this weekend? How do we take that with us? What do we do as Americans to keep the appreciation alive? When my son came to me and said, "Dad, I joined the Army," I said, "What are you, crazy? There's a war going on. You could be killed." Well, I did get that knock on the door. But what it taught me was this: everyone else who's a parent would rather somebody else's son or daughter died for their country besides theirs. It's a natural inclination, isn't it? But I will tell you that someone else's child or husband or uncle or cousin is dying for this country, is dying for your freedoms. And how do we appreciate that? Well, it took me a little while, but on Memorial Day of 2008, the Honor and Remember flag was unveiled publicly to this nation to become our national symbol of remembrance, recognizing every fallen military service member from the beginning of our country's history, honoring all generations, all branches of service, all causes of death. And I will tell you briefly the meaning of this flag. The red field stands for the sacrifice of blood shed. American flag red, what better color? The white field below recognizes the purity of that sacrifice, because each one of our men and women, each one of these sons and daughters, each one of these spouses said to their families, "Don't worry, we've got it covered. We'll be back." The blue star in the center, many of you may not know, goes back to World War I, when a solid blue star was hung on the windows of doors of family members' homes, letting their neighbors know that somebody in their family was out in the fight. There may be one or two or three or more solid blue stars on a window. But when that blue star was overlaid with a gold star, it meant that that loved one was not coming home, that they were killed. And the life of that gold represented was precious. And that's where we get the term Gold Star family. You may have heard many times on this stage already. Gold Star mother, Gold Star father, Gold Star spouse, Gold Star sister. A folded flag beneath those stars represents that folded flag off of a casket that was handed to the family at the memorial of their loved one. This country was built on one folded flag at a time. The flames above it, eternal reminder that we will never forget. And the words below, we will always honor their sacrifice and remember them individually by name. If you've never seen this flag, you should get one as you leave this weekend. There's a booth out here under a tent. And fly it at home as a way of making a statement of thanks to those families. You may see a few on stage, but there are thousands around this country who need to be shown appreciation. But it's not just about the flag flying at your homes or flying as an organization or flying in a parachute. It's about representing and thanking these families individually by name. Because each one of these men and women had names and had parents, and many had spouses and children and extended family. And they're still here, and they'll be grieving for the rest of their lives. And so tonight, as part of this presentation on stage, we honor several individual families personally by name. And before I turn it over to Tom Mitchell, Ohio Chapter Director, Sam. I just want to show one of those flags. Just stand right here. You'll see that this Honor Remember flag is folded in a triangular configuration. It's folded in a triangle one time to mirror the American flag that was folded and handed to them at the memorial of their loved one. But unlike that American flag, which was folded reverently and respectfully and meant to be encased as a memorial of their loss, the Honor Remember flag, once opened, is meant to represent a celebration of their life. Tom?
Thank you, George. Would the following families please take a step forward? The families of Staff Sergeant Brian A. Burgess, Chief Warrant Officer 3, James E. Groves III, Specialist Anthony R. Maddox, Specialist Luther W. Rabon Jr., and Staff Sergeant Wesley R. Williams. It is now my humble honor to present each family with their flag. Please open your flags. These Honor and Remember flags are presented with eternal gratitude and respect. In memory of Staff Sergeant Brian A. Burgess, Chief Warrant Officer 3, James E. Groves III, Specialist Anthony R. Maddox, Specialist Luther W. Rabon Jr., and Staff Sergeant Wesley R. Williams. With this flag, we honor these patriots' unwavering dedication and remember their selfless sacrifice. By displaying this symbol collectively as a nation, we humbly recognize the enormity of your loss and respectfully say thank you.